For years, Princess Leonor has been presented as the perfect image of continuity for the Spanish monarchy. Calm, disciplined, and carefully prepared for her future role, she has become a symbol of stability for millions of Spaniards. Public appearances have shown a confident young woman carrying out her duties with grace and maturity. But behind the carefully managed image of royal unity, rumors of tensions and disagreements have frequently emerged. As Princess Leonor grows older and moves closer to her destiny as Spain's future queen, questions about her relationship with the royal household have become increasingly fascinating to royal observers. Has there really been a deep rift between Princess Leonor and certain elements within the royal household? Or is the truth far more complicated? The answer reveals the enormous challenges facing a young woman trying to balance tradition, personal identity, and the expectations of an institution that has existed for centuries. Growing up under extraordinary pressure. Unlike ordinary teenagers, Princess Leonor never had the freedom to grow up away from public attention. Born in 2005 to King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she entered a world where every decision, every appearance, and every stage of her education would be carefully scrutinized. From an early age, Leonor understood that she was not simply a member of the royal family. She was the future queen. That distinction brought immense responsibility. It also meant that her life would always be shaped by traditions, protocols, and expectations established long before she was born. As she matured, however, Spain itself was changing. New generations expected greater openness, independence, and modernization from public institutions. And that naturally created challenges for a monarchy attempting to preserve centuries-old traditions. A new generation with different expectations. Princess Leonor belongs to a generation very different from those that came before. Young people today value individuality, education, and personal choice. They are more connected to the world than previous generations and often question rigid customs. Many royal experts have noted that Leonor represents a modern image of monarchy. She speaks several languages, has studied abroad, and has embraced military training with professionalism. But modernization can sometimes create tension within institutions rooted in tradition. The royal household, like many historic organizations, operates through established procedures and carefully maintained customs. Balancing innovation with continuity has never been easy. And for someone as young as Leonor, finding that balance may occasionally lead to disagreements over priorities and expectations. The weight of tradition. The Spanish royal household has long understood the importance of maintaining dignity and stability. Following various controversies that affected the monarchy in past decades, King Felipe VI placed great emphasis on transparency and restoring public trust. That effort involved strict standards and carefully managed public appearances. As heir to the throne, Princess Leonor became central to those efforts. Her schedule, education, and public image were all designed with the future in mind. But such careful planning inevitably limits personal freedom. Like any young person, Leonor has ambitions, preferences, and emotions of her own. The challenge lies in reconciling those personal desires with the needs of the institution she is expected to lead someday. Some observers have interpreted that balancing act as evidence of a deeper divide. Yet differences in perspective do not necessarily amount to hostility. In many families, and especially royal families, such tensions are simply part of life. The influence of Queen Letizia. Queen Letizia has often been regarded as one of the strongest influences in Princess Leonor's life. Unlike many previous queens, Letizia came from outside aristocratic circles and brought a more modern outlook to the monarchy. She has consistently emphasized education, discipline, and preparation for her daughters. Her approach has sometimes been viewed as different from more traditional royal practices. Over the years, media reports have frequently suggested differences between Queen Letizia and certain members of the broader royal environment. Although many of these stories remain speculative, they have contributed to the perception that Leonor herself represents a new direction for the monarchy. As a result, some commentators have described the princess as standing between two worlds. One world values centuries of tradition. The other seeks adaptation and change. Public expectations add more pressure. Being heir to the throne means that Princess Leonor is constantly watched. Every speech is analyzed. Every expression is interpreted. Every appearance generates headlines. Under such conditions, even ordinary situations can become exaggerated. A simple absence from an event may trigger rumors. A serious facial expression can lead to speculation. And natural differences in personality can be portrayed as evidence of conflict. For young royals, maintaining privacy becomes nearly impossible. This intense scrutiny often creates misunderstandings that fuel stories about divisions inside royal households. In reality, the pressures faced by modern royals are extraordinary. And those pressures affect everyone involved. Military training and sacrifice. One of the most significant chapters in Princess Leonor's life has been her military education. Following in the footsteps of King Felipe VI, she began a demanding training program intended to prepare her for her future constitutional responsibilities. The experience required long periods away from home and separation from family. It also demanded discipline and sacrifice. Some royal watchers questioned whether such a path reflected Leonor's own preferences. Others viewed it as an essential part of preparing the future queen. Whatever the case, the decision demonstrated how little room exists for personal convenience in royal life. It highlighted the reality that duty often takes precedence. And that reality can create emotional strain, even within the strongest families. King Philippe's difficult position. King Felipe VI occupies a unique role. He is both a father and a monarch. Those two responsibilities do not always align perfectly. As a father, he naturally wants his daughter to be happy and fulfilled. As king, he must ensure that the institution remains respected and prepared for the future. That balancing act requires difficult decisions. It also means that personal wishes sometimes give way to constitutional responsibilities. Far from creating division, these challenges often strengthen the bonds between family members who understand the weight of their duties. Still, outsiders may interpret those sacrifices differently. What appears to be conflict may simply be the price of service. Rumors and reality. Stories about royal disputes have always attracted public interest. Throughout European history, rumors of rivalries and secret conflicts have fascinated audiences. The Spanish royal family is no exception. However, it is important to distinguish between verified facts and speculation. Despite recurring reports suggesting tensions within royal circles, public appearances consistently show Princess Leonor enjoying a close relationship with King Felipe and Queen Letizia. Observers have frequently noted the affection and pride visible between them. While disagreements undoubtedly exist, as they do in any family, there is little evidence to suggest a dramatic rupture. Instead, the situation appears far more nuanced. Differences of opinion and generational changes do not necessarily signify hostility. Preparing for the future. As Princess Leonor moves closer to her eventual role as queen, expectations will only increase. Her responsibilities will expand, public attention will intensify, and the need to balance tradition with modernization will become even more important. The future of the Spanish monarchy may depend largely on her ability to unite those two forces. Fortunately, Leonor has consistently demonstrated maturity and determination. Her speeches, public engagements, and commitment to training have earned admiration both inside and outside Spain. Many see her as a symbol of renewal, someone capable of preserving the institution while adapting it to contemporary society. The human side of royal life. Behind the titles and ceremonies lies an important truth. Princess Leonor is still a young woman navigating extraordinary circumstances. She experiences pressures that few people can truly understand. Like anyone else, she faces moments of uncertainty, responsibility, and emotional challenges. The same applies to King Felipe and Queen Letizia. Their roles may be unique, but their concerns as parents remain deeply human. This human dimension is often overlooked amid sensational headlines. Yet it is perhaps the most important aspect of the story. Because royal families are not immune to the complexities that affect all families. A monarchy in transition. The Spanish monarchy itself is undergoing a period of transformation. Society has changed dramatically over the past several decades. Public expectations are evolving. Transparency, accessibility, and modernization have become increasingly important. Princess Leonor represents that transition. She embodies continuity and change simultaneously. That dual role is not always easy. And it inevitably creates moments of tension, adaptation, and debate. But such moments are not necessarily signs of division. Rather, they are part of the process through which institutions survive and evolve. Conclusion. The story of the supposed deep rift between Princess Leonor and the royal household is ultimately more complex than dramatic headlines suggest. While tensions, differing perspectives, and generational challenges may exist, they reflect the realities faced by many families, especially those living under extraordinary public scrutiny. Princess Leonor stands at the center of a monarchy seeking to honor tradition while embracing the future. And as she prepares to one day become queen, she must navigate responsibilities unlike those faced by almost anyone her age. Whether viewed as disagreements, growing pains, or necessary adjustments, these challenges are shaping the woman who may someday lead Spain's royal institution into a new era. And perhaps that journey, rather than any rumored conflict, is the true story unfolding behind palace walls.